There we go. Now we got audio. So tonight, if the bandwidth holds up, we are going to try to plot a course from Portland to Seattle, and we're going to do this with real-world weather, but we're going to do this with a daytime flight. It's actually the evening when I'm recording this. So the first thing we're going to do here is in Plan G, we're going to set it up with, we're going to connect it to X-Plane. So here we are connected to X-Plane. We can see our airplane is currently docked at the Portland airport. We're currently flying the Eclipse 550. I can't remember where I picked this up, but this is one of the excellent free aircraft available on, I believe this was one, yeah, this is one of the free ones available at xplane.org. Great aircraft over there. And we're going to start our flight out by zooming in here to Portland. We're going to select Portland Airport here underneath all of this stuff. Start flight plan out at KPDX. Now our goal is somewhere up north. Let's see. We need to, you see how it's snapping on us here? This is because the focus is currently set to the aircraft, and we are currently linked, so we need to unlock it from the aircraft so we can actually move around. So we're going to unlock it there, and we got a starting point at KPDX. That is a cool mountain that I don't know if we're going to be able to see. But we are currently on, which runway are we on here? I honestly don't know how to tell which runway we're on. Let's look at the map. Not range rings, we want to see
November 02 X-ray Papa. Cleared IFR to Hotel Lima Lima Sierra as filed. Maintain flight level 350. Squawk 4701.
Cleared IFR to Hotel Lima Lima Sierra as filed. Maintain flight level 350. Squawk 4701. November 02 X-ray Papa.
Yeah, we're not following any flight rules or anything like that, but I got a couple aircraft enabled, so we're seeing them taking off. Anyways, we're gonna leave here, and we're gonna start out by heading to 90R9 Wallace, and from there we're just going to add a couple airports to the plan, and that'll give us a nice little arc out of here. We probably should use, actually let's remove that one, delete that waypoint, and delete that waypoint. Instead, let's use the NBD over here. So the NBD is added to the flight plan. Now we're going to do this with an FMS, which is always a lot of fun. And we're going to add WN52. That looks like a good waypoint, and that'll bring us right past the mountain there. I like that. We're going to have to watch our elevations. And it'll take us over Gifford Pinot National Forest. I believe I've been to that one. Yeah, I have been to that one. That's a really nice park too. And that's going to bring us up into Seattle. Let's pick another one. There's actually a way to actually have some logic to this. We'll get there eventually. For now, we're just going to pick a couple of airports. And this will be a relatively short flight. But one of the things I've noticed that with this aircraft, being a twin-engine jet, it actually needs quite a bit of runway in order to land. Now you can see here we got a couple different runways to choose from. In the real world, I believe we'll be given a runway, or we can request a runway, but for right now, this will do us nicely. There is an airplane on our runway. Hopefully they'll route him around us, or he'll take off before he hits us. That would be nice. Let's see here. So if we come in at KSEA, okay, we're going to add the VOR to the plan. And that will actually put us into the relative area where we need to be. Now, as we're approaching in here, we should come... Actually, you know what we need to do? That's not going to quite line us up as nicely as we could be. Let's delete that one and add WA85, and then on into Seattle. And when we get there, we're going to use, we're going to try an ILS, we're going to try an instrument landing. And ISEA 110.3 is going to be the radio frequency. Jeez. 110.3. I'm not quite sure how to use that information yet, though. Yeah, this is something to learn. Okay, I need to zoom out. That will get me to the neighborhood. So now we have our waypoints: KPDX, LBH, WN52. 39P, 85WA. So these are mostly airports and some NDBs, non-directional beacons. The suggested altitude is 11,000 feet. So I'm thinking we'll head up to about 11,000 feet looks good. The MEF I have since found out is the what does that stand for? Minimum. Basically, it's the highest point. It's the minimum you can be off the ground and not hit something. Essentially, it's the height of the highest obstacle in that flight path. I'm probably completely wrong, and feel free to educate me if I am. Okay, so we need to program our flight computer with our path. So I'm going to switch scenes over here. And okay. Okay, here is the flight management system, the FMS, or FMC, flight management computer. And we're going to initialize. That will clear out anything that was in there. We start at KPDX. I believe we put the originating airport in. That back on lock. I think you put the originating airport in there. So KPDX, KPDX, that is our starting point. And then next segment is LBH. Next segment is a LBH. That sounds like a VOR. LBH. LBH is not a VOR. LBH. LBH is an airport. Let's try that again. Clear and maybe it's a VOR. No. LDH. What is LBH? NBD? Oh, I thought I had tried that before. No, that's right. Okay. So the LBH non-directional beacon, leg 3, looks like an airport, is WN, would that be Whiskey Nancy 52 Cougar. Like 4 is another airport, 39P. 39P. Stormfield. Segment 5 is an airport, 86WA. 86 Whiskey Alpha. I don't know. I want to learn the call signs for the letters. I'm going to need that for if I eventually get into 6 Whiskey Alpha. What was I thinking? Okay. Okay. Airport WA. We got a lot of airports we're crossing over. 85. Now the proper way to do this, Weyhauser. Or at least the common way to do this is to look up an existing route, or to plan it based on a number of different negatory. It's KSEA for the airport designation, or the NDV. See, I don't want to do this and get KSEA in there for the last leg. I'm getting lost. Add airport KSEA to plan. There we go. I have fixed up the plan, so now we got KSEA on there. Segment 7, KSEA. And we have the last leg in there. Now the only other thing to do to fix it up is let's add some elevation information here. Now I can never remember. So when I hit the waypoint, that's when it wants to pick the flying altitude. And we're going to...
November 02 X-ray Papa. Cleared IFR to Romeo Kilo Tango Papa as filed. Maintain flight level 360. Squawk 4700.
Cleared IFR to Romeo Kilo Tango Papa as filed. Maintain flight level 360. Squawk 4700. November 02 X-ray Papa.
Okay, we're going to hit 5,000. I want to hit... So 5,000 will clear me to the next waypoint, but after that... we should fly at 11,000 feet. drop down to... Undo it. Undo it. Dang it. That was supposed to be airport WA 85. Fly at 5,000 feet. And that should bring us down to a reasonable altitude for when we hit Seattle. And I don't think we need to put one in for Seattle. I think we can leave that at 0. Okay, I think we're ready for takeoff. Let me make sure that stream is still looking good. You guys are still with me? Yeah, the lag is still bad. Really bad network connections tonight. But we have a route plugged in. And we're going to turn the autopilot on. We're going to turn the flight director on, but not engage the autopilot. We've got all of our lights on. We're on the runway. We are at Portland International. Up, take the brakes off. A little bit of rudder there. We got our bore. Set our source over to GPS.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Cleared IFR to Kilo Sierra Alpha Charlie as filed. Maintain flight level 230. Squawk 4701.
Cleared IFR to Kilo Sierra Alpha Charlie as filed. Maintain flight level 230. Squawk 4701. November 01 X-ray Papa.
Just let the autopilot do its work. Okay, so now the autopilot is taking us up to about 11,000 feet. I've engaged nav. So what nav is going to do is that's going to tell the autopilot to follow my source. When I set my source to GPS, autopilot is now basically reading its information from the flight computer. So if I look at the flight computer here, the flight computer says that we're on segment 2 in NDB LBH. So we're heading towards NDB LBH. That's a is not happy with me. It thinks the climb is too fast, doesn't it? Let's re-engage the autopilot. No. I'm going to reduce the climb. That wheel over there controls the climb. Yeah, the climb was way too high. I should have not have had the climb that high. Pretty clouds. See, my climb was way up around 3,000. I was climbing way too fast, and I think the autopilot had a conniption fit and said, Mayday, hello. Now I think we're back on track. Okay, we've stopped climbing. One of my radios is picking up a signal, probably the beacon that we're right over. By some coincidence, I probably have the beacon set to the right thing. Oh, that is pretty. Look at that. Okay, now in this aircraft we have a couple of really cool features that I like. I'm still getting used to how they all work. What is this guy in the middle here, which I believe is a G1000, but I'm not certain. Let's see here. See on our flight path, we are well on our way. You should be seeing that up here in the corner over here. Now, one of the things that we can do here is we can see the map. It gives us a nice, really big display. Tells us our next waypoint is WN52, which, consulting our flight plan, WN52 is Cougar 5.4 MN/S. MN/S, I'm not sure. We're going to switch over here to the flight management computer. And here we can also see that same information, our distance to our next waypoint. It would be nice if the flight management computer, of course the real thing probably doesn't do that, but it would be nice if it showed us what was on the FMC. FMS versus FMC. I believe that green stuff out there is the weather system. Oh, pretty. Oh shoot, our gear still down? Our gear was still down. How did I not notice that? Can't see us above the clouds there. There she is from the outside. Can't believe I've been flying all that time with the gear down. I always put the gear up right after takeoff. I love the heat trail there. It's always nice. We are hauling across the sky. About 2 minutes out. From MN52. Let's see, 2 minutes out from MN52. And then we'll be heading towards Stormfield. Dimming system, from what I can tell, which is pretty dang cool. And we're also burning up gas pretty fast, and if I remember which one it is, one of these control our speed based on the throttle. So let me get this right. Oh, here we are in our banking. Nice. My airspeed is not logged in. Okay, so that, I'm going to control my throttle now. I can reduce my airspeed. having trouble. Let's see. More consistent there. Seems a little high too. Let's drop it down to about 270. Still doing something wrong. I don't think my engine should be at 80%. So N1 is basically outside air temperature is minus 21 Celsius. Holy smokes. Okay, what was that radio setting? So Seattle. First runway there, KSEA GS. local map in... Are we close enough yet? KSEA 110.3. Okay, what am I not understanding here then?
What? It just went away.
110.3 KSEA 16 left 110.3 ILS. Am I doing that in the wrong radio? What am I thinking? 110.3. There we are. And we'll go ahead and set that one now because we're not really using the radios for anything else. That will put us in a nice place for when we get to the out again for you. There we go. Okay, so that's 110.3. We're going to be coming past... Let's see, 110.3. We're going to be coming past it and back. So actually, we want to come into this one. So 34R. Dial this around to 3440. Wait, so is that 34R that I want? No, that's the cap for 34R. That's actually the one that we want if we went past it. $16L. Here we go. So 34R is going that way. 16L is going this way. Is that right? I'm not good at reading these. The transmitter's here. It's pointing this direction. So we're approaching this way, and it would be 16R here, or 16L here, at 110.3. So 110.3 will give us the left runway. So 16. Change that to 16. So we go past it. Okay, now we're dropping down in elevation. Because we told it that at this point we want to drop down to about 5,000 feet. We should be well above the location for that. It's trying to maintain our speed while it does it. I get that heading backwards still, though. I don't get it. The map was showing me the transmitter going that way, but saying 16L. No, that's right. So if that's the transmitter that's coming this way, then I'm approaching this way. And I want to be heading at 340 to hit that runway. Runway designations, learn more about that. So I'm thinking I need to be at 340 on that. Unless I go past it. Okay, we're in at 5,000 feet. Coming up. Things look good from the passenger seat back here. Drop my airspeed down to about 240 maybe. is. Hit a bit of a cloud. We hit some rain. This is rain. Let's drop our altitude down to about 25. Fast still. I can't see anything. I don't know where the airport is. The airport says I'm on approach. And I am smack over the airport. And I cannot see anything. I think we have snow. I think that's what this is. Past the airport? I think we did. KSEA. Yeah, the distance is going up. We went past it. Seattle up ahead. Okay, we need to turn her around. And so I'm thinking almost 6 nautical miles out. So I'm going to tell the autopilot to take us around. Drop a little bit of flaps, that'll help slow us a bit, as well as changing our speed selector down a little. Oh, come on. Towards the nav 1. Once I get in line with that runway over there. I am like right on top of the airport. How? How did I end up right on top of it? I don't get. Basically, the approach navigation is trying to keep me in line with the runway, I believe. Yeah. The other problem is now what's it doing? Well, that was another fail. I don't... Okay, I think it's serpentining me around because I've still got the approach system on, and it's still trying to hold my altitude. I don't know any way to tell it to stop holding my altitude. Fine, give me control. We'll do this myself. Okay, so runway 34 is behind us. No, that's not runway 34, that's runway 17. Okay, we're going to slow her down.
sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate.
1 minute. 15, 14, 13, 20, 20, 10.
Okay, we got her landed.